Welcome to Penny for Your Shots, conversations and cocktails with brilliant women. I'm your host, Penny Fitzgerald, and I believe the best stories are the ones shared over a glass of wine or a cocktail. Each week, I sit down with women who've said yes to building something meaningful, often after years of putting everyone else first. We talk business, big dreams, and the mess in between. And of course, a few favorite drinks. So grab a glass, get comfy, and let's pour ourselves into Penny for Your Shots. Have you ever wondered why certain thoughts or beliefs just seem to stick, even when we're trying to grow past them? Today, I'm joined by Dr. Shannon South, a therapist who helps people uncover the deeper patterns shaping how they think, how they feel, and how they move through the world. Our conversation touched on everything from meditation to mindset to the way our past experiences shape the stories we tell ourselves. And so much of what she shared beautifully reinforces something I talk about a lot here: the power of getting quiet, listening inward, and trusting the wisdom that's already inside of you. Here is Shannon South.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. Shannon, tell my audience a little bit about you. Give us your name and what you do and what lights you up.
Yes. So I am Dr. Shannon South. I am a psychotherapist in Asheville, North Carolina, and I specifically focus on helping train coaches and counselors and help healing professionals move people into deep healing that lasts. And it's nice to find a way to really get to the root of the problem and get to it quickly. So that's what I do. Love helping my clients. I love helping the people I train. And I just really enjoy seeing people break through patterns that have been holding them back for years and years and years and really break free so they can just have more joy. You know, you
Aw,
love that too.
I do too, for sure. Yeah. Do you work with specific types of therapists or types of counselors that, like, is there a particular niche that you focus on?
Yes, I have all kinds, but I have ministers sometimes in my trainings. I have
Uh-huh.
just life coaches, people who do business coaching to help people break through because as we know, mental and emotional health affects your business.
Oh, for sure.
So if you're
Yeah.
in a tangle there or you're in a pattern there or sabotaging or not believing in yourself or just can't find your way through and you get really down on yourself or frustrated, breaking
Mm-hmm.
through that kind of stuff can really make a big difference. And being a business owner, as you know, is not for the faint of heart. So so
Exactly.
it's really truly a joy to be able to break through
Yeah.
and really help people find that energy and that excitement again for their lives and
Oh, that's
businesses.
great.
Yeah, and
Mm-hmm.
then people, I work with a lot of complex trauma.
Mm.
Sometimes we just can't get to what's really happening in there. And so when
Mm-hmm.
we do and untangle that and how it just gets all wired together, just to adapt. We have to adapt. So when we can
Yeah.
untangle that adaptation and free
Mm-hmm.
ourselves to a new way, it is just amazing. It changes
Oh.
everything. What's that saying Wayne Dyer used to say, when the inside changes, the outside changes, right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. And I always say too that your business only grows at the speed that you do.
Yes, I love that quote by you. I remember you saying that in the podcast. It was so good. So speaking of that, I wrote a book called Grow Your Business by Growing You, which is
Oh my
similar.
gosh.
I
Yes.
know, because you can't really move to the next level with your business until you really clear up the inner world.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. I find that so many of the clients that I work with, the
Yeah,
brilliant business women that
sure.
I work with, they have all these ideas. They have these things they want to do. They have this impact that they want to create for their people,
Yes.
but they're they're stuck in the busyness, or they're stuck in moving forward. Something is holding them back, or they're keeping themselves back just a bit.
Yes.
And it keeps us small. It keeps us safe. We don't step out of that comfort zone because it
Yes.
becomes cumbersome to do
Totally.
that.
Totally.
Yeah. So it's
I
so
agree with
important
you.
to look to, yeah, to get yourself in a place where your energy is up, where you're excited to start the day, you're excited to do the things that you want to do, not feeling like, oh my gosh, where do I start?
I know, I know. One of my favorite quotes is passion is the pipeline to the soul. One of my coaches told
Oh,
me that. Isn't that
love that.
beautiful? And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, it's so true. We get in that creative flow when we're in our
Mm-hmm.
passion, and then we just do it. We have the energy to do it. We have the
Mm-hmm.
insight. And, of course, it's good to have
Yeah.
strategy. It's not just all about inspiration. It's good strategy is great as well in business, but
Mm-hmm.
we've got to have both. And so
Right.
You know, the inside's got to match the outside. And then when all that comes together, it's just like, you know, jumping off a
Yeah.
cliff and we soar.
Yes. Yeah, for sure. You
Yeah,
don't feel like doing things when when something's holding you back or when there's something that isn't right in your life.
totally. Totally. And this life is not, you know, a piece of cake sometimes. You know, we get
Mm.
lost, we get grief, we get hit with things that are really
Hmm.
hard. And we have trauma in childhood that can hold us back and make us
Mm.
have physical problems or emotional patterns that just really, it's not our fault. It's just we've
Yeah.
just been given that, you know, and but the good news is we've been given that to work through. And
Yeah.
you know, it's really there for us if we can lean into it and really have a really solid way to get through it. And then
Hmm.
when we do, we realize, oh, that was the gift in that. Oh, that was the gift in that. But when we're in it, it doesn't feel like that at
Mm.
all. We're
No,
like,
it
why
doesn't.
am I going through this? We feel victimized by it. We feel, you know, it's just horrible feeling, you know,
Yeah.
why me, all the things. And we get mad and we get sad. And those are appropriate stages as well. But we don't want to get stuck.
Yeah.
We don't want to get stuck in any of those stages because
Exactly.
we're swirling and swirling. I used to say it's like being caught in an eddy in a river. You know, you're just like swirling
Yes.
and swirling and swirling and swirling and seeing the same thing over and over. And you're like, again, really? So it's like we get unstuck like that. Our energy gets unstuck, our mind, our emotions, our body comes along, and it's like,
Hmm.
woo, true freedom.
Yeah. It's a choice, right? We can
Yes.
choose to stay in the eddy. We
Yep.
can choose
Right.
to keep experiencing the same
Right.
things over and over again.
Yes.
You've probably heard this too, where God gives you a little pebble or a little
Yeah.
tap tap tap, and then it
Right.
becomes a pebble, and then a bigger rock and a bigger rock. Pretty quick, it's a boulder. You
Right.
have the choice
Right.
to
Right.
endure the
Right.
boulder.
Totally, totally. I love to do this image and I want to find it. If I have a piece of paper, I'll show it to you. Exactly. So you know, we start here and we're like, oh, it's just a little pebble, right? But then
Uh-huh.
it's more unresolved. And then, oh, it's just this and then it's just this and it's just this.
Oh,
And then we really can't see the truth.
yeah,
We're like in it, we're stuck in it. And so as we
right.
feel that, we literally move this over. It's not like it
Mm,
didn't happen, whatever happened, right? Or whatever
yeah,
the pain pattern is, that it happened, but we're free now and we can look at it and be like, oh, look, there that is. But we have ourself back and we
yeah.
can interact with the world from a place of being in the moment
Uh-huh.
because these patterns are in the past or we're either catastrophizing or stuck in the future. So when we're in the moment more
Mm,
fully, we are powerful. And you know this.
yeah.
You and I talked a little bit about that, but we're powerful in our moment because
Hmm.
this moment's what we've got. And so when our mind takes us other places, it really does get us scattered and splattered and overwhelmed
Hmm.
easily. And that's no
Yeah.
fun. We lose that
No.
concentration.
Well, you get so used to being in the chaos that you don't realize it's chaos.
Oh, right. You're immune to it because you've been doing it forever.
And it starts to feel comfortable for some, you
Yes,
know?
yes,
Yeah, the
totally.
drama of
Yep,
some things. Yeah.
yep. It is the drama triangle. I mean, I teach that all the time.
Really? Tell
Yeah.
me more about that.
Oh man, the drama triangle is where we get stuck, and you know, you're on it by asking that question. So the drama triangle is when we feel victimized, which of course we are victims sometimes of circumstances we, you know, we didn't control. We're kids or something happens due to somebody
Hmm.
else's negligence or whatever, right? I'm
Hmm.
sorry, let me turn that off. And so that happens, and we get lost in that victim place, even though we don't want to admit it. And then the other side of that coin in the drama triangle is the
Hmm.
persecutor. We become the persecutor of the outside world. We're blaming, we're
Mm.
shaming, you know, rah, 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 instead of really diving in
Mm.
and feeling and going through and healing what's ours to heal. And so, you know, they used to say in Al Anon, cleaning your own side of the street, right? You know, when we
Mm.
do that, we get free. But if we're blaming, shaming, faults, regrets, you know, point, doesn't mean we're
Hmm.
not angry. I'm not saying that. I'm not taking anger away. It is a legitimate, justifiable emotion, and it can be helpful.
Hmm.
We don't want to get stuck there in that persecutor role, right? So victim,
Hmm.
persecutor, and then women love this one, the rescuer.
Oh, yeah.
We dive in, we have to take care of everything and everybody else, even if they don't
Yeah.
ask us. We're doing things for people that really are theirs to do. So we
Hmm.
become a rescuer, or we get lost in things that we think we should do versus what our
Hmm.
authentic self is really calling us to do. You know, I remember doing that as a kid when my daughter was young and she was in her room one day and it was during COVID. You know, they got stuck on the daggone computers during COVID.
Oh, yeah.
They had to do school online. It was terrible. But anyway, she hated it. So anyway, I was trying to get her to eat breakfast because, I thought she could focus better. It was already hard enough being on the computer all day. So anyway, I've made this breakfast. I'm up early doing all the things, and she wouldn't get her butt down to come and eat breakfast. She's in her bedroom, expecting me to wait on her. So, I did
Oh,
that for a little while. I would run the breakfast up there because, she'd get up at the last minute. And I thought, this is a hard time for her. It's COVID. I'm like, we're all going through this. Get up, eat your daggone breakfast. You know what I mean? So I laugh about that because I realized I was rescuing her. I was doing something for her. She was at the age she could do that for herself, right? And I was getting
uh-huh.
resentful. So that's always a good sign that you were in the rescuer mode when we're doing
Mm,
something for someone else that they could do for themselves. And I remember saying to her, okay, I guess you'll be hungry tomorrow because I'm making the breakfast. You got to come down, sit at the table and eat it, or, see how it goes without it. And that
yeah.
was such a freeing feeling to have those boundaries because, these
Yeah.
rescuer roles, we over deliver and we think it's the right thing and then we're all torn up. You know?
Right. Right. We make so
Yeah.
many assumptions for other people, you
Right.
know?
Exactly. Like they must be feeling this way or this or that. And it's not true. I'll give myself credit. I did not grow up in a healthy family system and there was not a lot of collaboration, which is one of the
Okay.
skills to get us out of the drama triangle. Collaborating, right? We
Mm-hmm.
collaborate. We were just always kind of in survival mode, putting out fires, trying to help
Mm,
my dad. He was an alcoholic and an addict, and we were always in, pay attention for the next shoe to drop, pay attention for the problem, always
mm,
scanning for danger and trying to help. And it was exhausting. But I did do one thing right in my family. We collaborated. We got together for family meetings once a week. We talked about our feelings. How do you feel? What do you need? How do you feel? What do you need? How do you feel? What do you need? It
mm-hmm.
created a really solid structure to get out of that drama and into collaboration because that
Mm,
is healthy communication, right? But we get lost in all the other things. Or if someone has a mental health issue or an addiction or a major problem, or if they're stuck in some of their trauma, they can't collaborate. They're too triggered, right?
right.
They're too in the drama, they're too in their pain body, and they can't collaborate. It's just too hard. It's too much pain
Mm-hmm.
there. So they need that deeper healing. But I will say, yay, I realized that the other day, yay, we collaborate as a family. And I love that.
That's great. And
Yeah,
it sounds like you set up a system to make that happen.
we
You set
did.
up weekly meetings.
Yes, monthly. We did a
Oh,
monthly
monthly.
week.
Okay.
Yeah, the weekly would be a lot with the busy schedule,
Yeah. Well, and with
volleyball,
teenagers.
teenagers, and just way too much. But
Uh-huh.
once a month, we would do a deep dive, hour long or 30 minutes
Uh-huh.
family meeting. And boy, it made a big difference in the way we communicate together.
How'd you get your kids to buy in on that?
It was not an option. And sometimes they didn't, she didn't want to be there. I have a daughter and I
Yeah.
have two stepboys, but they were mostly gone by the time we did that. But it wasn't an option.
Uh-huh.
Um, it began to become something more nurturing because she would realize she would, get what she wanted more by
Okay.
voicing her opinion.
Uh-huh.
Instead of acting it out or, being passive aggressive or whatever, we do,
Well,
we just don't know sometimes
our
what we need until we sit down and talk about it. We don't know.
exactly. Well, and our bodies go through so much change, you
Yes.
know. As a teenager, they've got so many hormones that are just changing.
Gosh, yeah, that was a tough
Their
stage.
brain is changing. Yes, for sure. I call those my gin years when the kids were teenagers.
I love it.
Yeah. Well, and now we have menopause, so there's a whole nother
Oh
set of
man, a
things
whole other
happening.
set of things. You think we get a break after they go to college?
I know. Uh, that's all right. Now I'm just coffee this morning, but there'll
That's
be
so good.
some cocktails later.
Speaking of menopause, I had to move to decaf. How sad.
Oh,
But I've got plenty of energy, thank goodness.
that's good. Yes, we
Maybe
do
I'll
what
get to
we
move
have
to
to do.
caffeine another day.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. We pick and choose what
That's right. That's
our
right.
vices.
Our
Mhm.
nervous systems sometimes just tell us different. You need this, you need that. Darn it,
That's
I
right. Oh, how fun.
need that. I know, I know, I know.
So, what other strategies do you use to stay present and to stay healthy, to stay focused
Mm.
on serving your people?
Oh, thank you. Well, when I was in my 20s, I had terrible anxiety attacks.
Mm.
Terrible. Like I was, I would go to bed and I would have an anxiety attack and wake up and I would have anxiety attacks throughout the day. So I thought, well, I need to go get some help. This is kind of a funny story. And I can't function like this. So I end up going to a psychiatrist, and the guy's like, "Oh, you have PTSD, you have anxiety disorder, you have depression." I'm like, "This sounds terrible. I got three diagnoses." So, so he puts me on this medication, and I was grateful. I'm young, I
Uh-huh.
needed it. But then the medication side effects, just I did not like them. They just started
Oh,
feeling dry mouth, and I didn't feel the joy, the natural joy that I really wanted in my life. I knew there
you
was
were kind of numbed.
Yes, I knew there had to be a natural way out of that.
Mm.
And so I decided to go learn meditation. I'd done lots of therapy,
Ah.
lots of things. And I went and did this lady, and so I walk into her office and she goes, "I want you to stare at this candle for 20 minutes and I'll be back."
Oh.
Like, you have got to be kidding me. I was not happy. I'm thinking, I'm paying you one. I came all this way to, and you're telling me to stare at a stupid candle? I am not happy. So I went in there, but I stared at that daggone candle. And she
Uh-huh.
came back and she said, "How did it go?" And I said, "Well, I don't know.
My
I've never
eyes are
done this
burning.
before." Exactly. This is ridiculous. What is wrong with you, lady? She goes, "Don't worry. Get it at eye level because, to induce the relaxation response, I found out later, you need to have a straight spine, have
Oh,
this candle at eye level, and you need to have a focal point because that all helps the nervous system, relax." So,
okay.
that's why people say like centering prayer, or you can say like a mantra or a prayer that repeats itself over and over,
Uh-huh.
like God, 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 or love, 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 or joy, 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 or some people say a Bible verse, some people say an affirmation, some people say a
Hmm.
mantra. But anyway, so I'm sitting in front of this candle. So she said, "Do that in the morning, 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes in the evening. You're going to feel a lot better." And I'm like, this lady's nuts. So I leave the office, I go home, but you know what? I did it. I literally sat in front of that candle 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes in the evening. So one day, you'll love this story. One day I was getting off my medicine. I was weaning myself off of it. And I'm not recommending this to people, by the way, if they're on medications. Don't try
Uh-huh.
this at home. But I was weaning myself off of it because, I'm in the field. I thought I could do it. And, but having all these anxiety symptoms, the panic, the chest pain, all
Mm-hmm.
the things that come with that. And I'm looking at this candle and I scream out, "If there's anything out there, please help me. I can't do this alone. I can't do it anymore."
Mm.
And literally, when I said that, there was like a peaceful, loving, my body filled up with this peace and love.
Wow.
Best way I can describe it.
Uh-huh.
And I never had a panic attack again.
Oh my goodness.
Can you believe that? And
I can.
I know. And I said, "What the heck just happened?" But I didn't have to get on my medications anymore. Something was different. And I think what had
Mm-hmm.
happened, I did a lot of research later and I went on and got my doctorate in spiritual psychology. That's when I changed my
Okay.
focus because I thought, I'm not learning about this stuff in counseling school. you
Yeah.
know? So I went on and got my doctorate in spiritual psychology, and I learned that what they call that in the psychology field is a peak experience. We have those where things just kind of line up. You have this
Mm.
alignment, things come together. Like, you'll see your baby's born, or like the sunset sometimes, or you'll like have this just huge aha or breakthrough, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I want to, take my clients into this kind of reality where they can line up mind, body, and spirit instead of fighting themselves. Like when we're in war with ourselves, it's miserable.
Mm.
And so that
Mm-hmm.
new alignment that I had been gracefully given
Mm-hmm.
carried me, and I got hooked to meditation after that. So you were asking me, what do I do, right? I get
Uh-huh.
quiet, I meditate, I get aligned, and then I teach a process called the inner counselor, which was the closest thing that I found to that, to get people in that kind of alignment that I experienced, where it
Mm.
takes them out of that eddy we were talking about and into
Yeah.
new alignment, mind, body, spirit. And so I've been using that with clients, and that's what I teach people is the inner counselor process, because it is mind, body, and spirit. It's not
Mm.
just the mind, cognitive thoughts. It's not just the body, somatic stuff. It's not just Reiki, the energy. Reiki's
Mm-hmm.
great. I mean, Reiki's actually, people that get Reiki after surgery heal 3 times faster than those who don't do
Really?
energy work. Yes.
Mm.
So there's something to really integrating the mind, the body, and the spirit and your energy.
Mm-hmm.
Quantum physics tells us we're energetic beings and we have a spirit, right? So there's
Right.
something larger going on here. And so when
Right.
we can tap into that in the healing, that's when we really get those lasting transformations. And it's
Hmm.
so cool. We never know where it's going to go. Like I tell coaches and counselors or people that are working with other people, if you're a control freak and you need to know where your session's going, don't learn the inner counselor because you don't know where it's going to go. You really don't. Like you're going with a
Yeah.
client into you don't know where, but you know how to get them out of it.
Yeah.
The
You
good.
have to follow your soul. You are a soul with a body, not a body with
Yeah,
a soul.
exactly. You're just giving me chills.
Yeah.
So this soul is there to help us, and it's the inner counselor.
Yeah. Yeah. And it already knows what is ahead for you.
It does, and it knows how to
You're,
help you specifically.
yes.
Specifically, that's what's so, I mean, it brings tears to my eyes almost.
Mhm.
Specifically brings people exactly what they need. It's crazy.
Yeah. I like to think of it too as my older, wiser self.
Ooh, love that.
She knows what's ahead. She knows
Exactly.
what I'm capable of. She
Yep.
knows that, okay, you're wasting time right now. Knock it off. Yeah. She gives me tough love every now
She
and
kind of
then.
lets you know this is a sabotaging thing you're doing, or
Yeah.
whatever. Right? Yeah,
Yeah.
you're stuck in that
Stop
heading. What are you
scrolling,
doing?
Penny. You know
Right.
better than this. Yeah.
We all do it. We
Yeah.
all do it. But it's
Yeah.
cool that we have that. And it gives us chance after chance after chance. That's what I love. We can ignore it
Oh,
all day long, this loving, wiser self. Um,
right.
and when people don't have a spiritual belief system, the loving, wiser self is there. It doesn't matter. You don't have to have
Yeah. It doesn't matter if you believe in it, it's there.
no. It's there. There's a higher, loving, wiser self, like you
Well,
said.
think about it too. Like if you look back at yourself when you were, 6, 7, 8 years old,
Yeah.
what would you want for that little girl?
Oh,
Nothing but peace and love and all good things.
all
It's
good
the
things.
same thing. Your older, wiser self wants the
That's
very
right.
best for you.
That's right. So that's when you're in alignment. What you just said is because
Hmm.
you're in pure love for your life.
Yeah.
And that younger you, regardless of what you went through, the older you,
Hmm.
and you've been more freed up from the shaming, the blaming, we're so hard on ourselves.
Oh my gosh. We would never talk to our girlfriends the way that we talk
I
to ourselves.
know. It's so sad.
Yeah.
And, even those of us who've studied this forever and do this work, it's still
Hmm.
like, really? Are you going to really hang yourself out there in that level?
Yeah.
Stop. Gentle,
Exactly.
gentle.
Just
So,
say stop. I mean, it's easier to recognize as we get older and wiser.
oh yeah, isn't it true? There's
Yeah.
a joy in menopause right there.
You're
It's
right.
like
You're
we
right.
don't
There
have
are
many,
some good
we
things.
don't have as many years, so we're like, enough of that. No more
Yeah.
self-criticism. Enjoy your life. Be yourself fully. Be free. Heal those things that are unhealed, and just get on with it.
Yeah. Give yourself some grace for those stupid mistakes
Yeah.
that you might have made, or they felt like a dumb decision, those dumb decisions
Totally.
that you made along the way, because everybody does.
We all do. Oh my gosh. Sometimes I'm thinking, look back and I'm like, what a train wreck sometimes, and then I'm like, what a wonderful thing, that I made out of that train wreck.
Hot mess express. Woo, woo. Yeah.
The train wrecks come to teach us, right? They really do.
Yeah.
And as much as we don't, I'm like, another lesson? Are you kidding me? It doesn't have to be like that. If it's not done through the
No.
mind, if it's done through the heart, it
Yeah.
doesn't feel like a labor intensive. Does
You
that make
know, I used to think too, and a lot of friends, mostly male friends, would say, you think too much with your heart, or you lead too much with your heart. You need to lead with your head. You need to be
oh,
thinking about things. I'm like, and now the older that I am, I'm like, no, 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 no. Our heart
mm-mm.
is,
The great transformer.
oh, yeah.
It's the thing.
That's why we lead better as women.
Oh, totally. Do you remember Joseph Campbell's quote? He used to say, the
No.
longest journey is from the head to the heart.
Oh, wow. So
And
true.
that's the journey to, what's his whole thing about journey to awakening to yourself? Joseph
Mm.
Campbell's journey into your authentic nature, right?
Wow. I haven't heard of that.
Yeah, the longest journey is from your head to your heart. And men especially have a hard time with that
Oh, yeah.
because they don't
Yeah.
like to feel.
Everything's got to be logical. Right. The feeling. Yeah.
They have to might feel a feeling, you
Well,
know?
and it's also an intuition, right? It's like a knowing that, okay, this isn't right.
That's exactly it. You have your mind, you have your fear, and you have your knowing.
Hmm.
So when we get in a little tangle, what does your mind say? What
Yeah.
does your fear say? But what does
You,
your knowing say? It's totally different.
right. You cannot live in fear. You cannot make decisions out of fear.
Mm,
You fear, if anything, run like the fear is, well, when you're afraid to try something because it feels uncomfortable, That is a knowing fear. That's a fear that, okay, I know that that's making me uncomfortable, but that's
Love
exactly what I need to do.
love that. Brave, courage.
Yeah.
Yeah, courage to face the fear and do it anyway. Yeah.
Right.
Carolyn Mace, one of my teachers, Dr. Carolyn Mace, used to say, if you fear something, you probably need to do it.
Right.
I'm
I
not talking
agree
about
with that.
walking in front of a car, that kind of fear.
No, no, no,
I'm not talking
no,
about that,
that,
but talking about a dream or a goal that keeps nudging you.
yeah,
If it's something that you want to really do, but you're just scared, then there's something in it for you.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, the decisions out of fear, like
Mhm.
the masculine out of fear, I feel like
Yes.
this isn't good for. I'm drawing a blank here on how I'm trying to analyze
Yeah,
this,
huh,
but
sure.
a a fear of, well, I can't do that because that would not be what my parents would want me to do.
Oh, the conditioning.
Yes,
Yes, they get stuck in that conditioning. There's the eddy. They're in that conditioning. They're
right.
stuck in the eddy, and this conditioning,
I'm trying to
rules and
please someone
roles, too
else.
many rules and roles.
Mm-hmm.
If you get lost in rules and roles, you're not authentic. It's just a
Mm-hmm.
box, not a circle, you know? Let's cut the corners off. Let's get into the circle.
Oh, yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, it's like flexibility. The self-actualized person, according to Abraham Maslow, is more flexible, they're more flowing. There's
Mm.
that flexibility because that is where we are in the present moment.
Mm-hmm.
This feels more accurate for me, right? Versus this. I sense this is a better decision than that. When we can get above the chatter, 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 chatter,
Oh gosh,
you
yeah.
know, like I was trying to make a decision around going to see this certain doctor, and I couldn't get clear about it. I was just on and on and on with like, oh, I could do this, I could do this, I could do this, this
Oh
insurance. Blah, blah,
wow.
blah. You know, I just was really in a loop about it, and I was thinking. And then one day I just got off of a call from a bunch of my girlfriends. We have a business mastermind, and I was in a really good place. And I just did the work that I do with clients on myself. I said, what does your energy say? What is your energy? Does it feel like if you cancel that and move it to January, that's going to, and I just feel this relief.
Mm.
And I was like, there's the answer.
Mm-hmm.
I felt free. I felt relieved, you know, and I moved
The
the appointment to
knowing.
January. And I thought, yay, for listening to your energy. Energy doesn't lie.
Mm.
You
Right.
know, it gives you a sense of, oh, this feels uplifting or relief
Mm-hmm.
or better or whatever. But it's a full sensory experience. You know, Helen Keller talked about that when she was blind and mute and all the things.
Yes.
Your sixth sense. That's
Mm.
what it is. It's a beautiful
Mm-hmm.
thing we have. And when we integrate the heart and the head, that's what we get
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
instead of staying in the logic.
Instead of staying in the head. Yeah.
Logic's fine. Love and logic's great, but
Mm-hmm.
got to integrate the love and the logic.
Right.
It wasn't going to hurt me if, logically to wait on that appointment. But what did I need most when my energy told me? Oh, I felt so relieved when I rescheduled
Mm.
that thing. I mean, that's just a small decision compared to the bigger decisions we need to make sometimes. But when we're in a loop, mentally analyzing it, sometimes
Right.
we're not able to feel what we really need.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you can even ask yourself that question, you know, your listeners can do that.
Mm-hmm.
What does your mind say about this? You know,
Yeah.
and you can listen in. I do this with counselors and coaches all the time on webinars. And then the mind will say something like chatter, 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 chatter.
Yeah.
And then what
Yeah.
does your fear say? You know, we can do it right now. You want me to do it with you?
Sure.
Yeah, let's do it. And your listeners can come through it with you if you want.
Okay.
But think about something that's kind of just, you know, annoying or irritating or bothering you or something that you're unsure about, or maybe you're trying to, something that gets you reactive. Like you feel more reactive instead of responding from your best self.
Hmm. That's interesting, Shannon. I am racking my brain. I'm so happy right
Yeah,
now.
look at you. That's great.
Yeah, I'm in a lot of joy right now.
That's wonderful. Maybe think of a past thing then, and we'll just do the exercise from that because it sounds like
Okay.
you're in a really good place right now.
I
Something
really,
that
I
used to
mean,
bother you then.
what used to bother me? Oh, there she is.
There's Coco.
Yes. Oh, I can tell. Maybe something like I feel frustrated by um, being in menopause. Things change,
Yes.
and I have gained weight.
Yes. Yeah,
I
that's good.
feel
Yep.
not as strong as
Yeah.
I was. So I
Sure.
know I need to work on that. I know I need to do more things, and I'm
Sure.
I'm starting to be more active. I'm
Yeah. So the frustration around menopause, like feeling not as strong and not
Hmm.
as knowing you need to do all these things, right? So,
Yeah. Yeah.
so what would your mind say about your frustration? Just take a moment.
My mind would say, well, just get up earlier,
Yeah, yeah. Do more.
do more.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. So what would your fear say about that frustration?
My fear would say you're losing your ability to do the things that you want to do.
Oh,
Your
yeah.
time is ticking.
That fear voice. Ooh, yep.
Hmm.
And so that feels yucky. That doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
Just like pull to your energy,
But
you know?
but I know it's not true.
Good. So there's your knowing already. You're already there.
Yeah.
So what would your knowing say about this frustration? What would your knowing?
My knowing says give yourself grace.
Yes.
My knowing says schedule your appointments a little later in the day.
Love it.
My knowing says walk in the morning, do your meditation in the morning,
Yeah.
do set your day up for success.
Love it. Look how clear you are. Look how clear you are. So that knowing voice is the one we want to listen to
Hmm.
because the other two are just not going to take us into that expanded, authentic, stronger place, right? Like
Right.
that higher nature has qualities, and the qualities of that higher nature are unconditional love. Like you just said to yourself, give yourself some grace.
Hmm.
They are peace. Does that give you peace? More peace?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, for
Yes.
sure.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Cause I mean, as women, I think this is
Yes.
kind of typical that we put everybody else first, or
Totally.
we tend to allow others to dictate
Yep.
maybe what happens in our schedule, or this works better for them, so
Yes.
that's when I'll schedule it.
Yes.
But no, no, no. I need this extra hour in the morning in order to be a better human, to be a servant, to be able to serve my people better. I need to take care of myself.
Your alignment matters. Your
Right.
alignment matters. You coming from that knowing versus being reactive through your day. Because
Hmm.
I'm sure you, like me, have gotten up and not had mornings where you've taken as good care of yourself, and then you go through the day just feeling reactive, like you're
You
putting
catch up the
so
whole
much.
day. You're catching
All
up.
day feels like a cog on a wheel or like a mouse on a circle. It's terrible.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
so when you set yourself up like you just described, your knowing just
Hmm.
told you exactly how to do that, walking, getting quiet, having that time. You are set for your day in a way that's
Hmm.
so powerful. And it ripples a new experience out into the world.
Yeah.
So way to go. What's good for you is good for them. Don't you love it? What's good for
Of
you is good for
course.
them. Yes.
Yes.
That
Yes.
should be
Yeah.
our
And you
menopause
can't
mantra.
take, yeah. And every day can't be perfect. Can't be,
No,
I'm starting out
no,
every day this way. But,
no.
if you have a good balance of that, a good amount of, getting yourself healthy, getting yourself right,
Yep.
that
Yeah,
helps.
I want to do everything in the morning and I can't because it takes too long because you got to work and do other things. But I try to rotate, so one morning I'll do yoga and one morning I'll sit and meditate. One
Nice.
morning I'll walk and have 10 minutes of quiet or whatever. So I
Uh-huh.
just try to do at least 30 minutes to an hour, something
Hmm.
like that, right?
Right.
To really set myself up for success, like you said. And it
Yeah.
just makes such a huge difference.
Yeah. Well, and you've got to know your own body and your own soul
Yes.
too. I feel
Yes.
one of my girlfriends, we were talking about meditation the other day, and she said, oh, I always do that at night
Mm,
because then she's able to sleep. She sleeps more
beautiful.
soundly. She has beautiful dreams. She's really
Nice.
setting herself up to sleep well.
Yeah.
So
For her. So
that's,
they got to
yeah,
find what works. Yeah.
exactly.
It's a
Find what
beautiful
works.
thing to set your subconscious up like that before you go into dream state
Mm-hmm.
in a relaxed place. That's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things we used to talk about in the addiction treatment field is when we're hungry, angry, lonely, or tired, we get off
Oh,
balance,
yeah.
right? Halt.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are things we just track during the day and help our nervous system, to feed us ourselves, to navigate anger and move into more grace, right? Or
Mm-hmm.
navigate that push energy, make it more a playful
Right.
pace. That
Right.
playful pace, right? As opposed to the push and then
Right.
lonely. We need people. We need each other.
Mm-hmm.
We need time.
We get goal oriented too. I feel like back in the day, when I was running my business with a team, and we would have goals to go for,
Hmm.
and you want those things so badly. You're working so hard to get,
Oh yeah,
to do all the tasks that you need to do, and
totally.
it's great and it's exciting.
Mm.
But if you're pushing, it's like pushing a rope up a hill.
Oh wow. right.
Where if you come from at it from an energy of, this is beautiful, this is how I'm serving my people, I'm attracting the right people to me, I'm attracting and serving those people in a way that serves them and their, it's this beautiful momentum
Yeah.
where people are just jumping on your train, and here we go, let's go down the track together, let's do this thing together and celebrate at the end.
What you're saying is so beautiful. You're just wrapping up kind of some of the themes we've been talking about, serving from the heart and the
Mm-hmm.
head, right? And collaborating.
Yes.
As you're saying that, you're just really in a relational field, and it just makes everything so different. The push energy is just very, single focused. It's very
Mm-hmm.
head
It's
focused.
very masculine.
Yes.
It's not a pie. We keep
Yes.
saying this. It's
We
not a
need the
pie.
pie, not the square. Exactly. And
Well,
then
no, it's
squares are,
not a pie. I mean, if you're everybody has this one pie that everybody's going for, the same
oh
pie,
God,
or
right,
you got
that
to
kind of
get your
pie.
piece.
Right, right. Yeah, do you remember that old book about the little caterpillars crawling over each other trying to get to the top?
Uh-uh.
Oh my gosh, what was that called? Hope for the Caterpillars or something like that. It's a
Oh,
children's book. I know, but it was about people
so
trying to get to the top
cute.
and just stepping all over each other. It was actually kind of
Oh,
that whole push energy, right? It just
yeah.
smash, 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 smash.
Yep.
Hope for the Flowers. I think that was it.
Okay.
Anyway, great little kids book about the
Oh.
competitive versus the cooperative and the
Mm-hmm.
difference in that, the energy of that, and how, of course, a little healthy competition is fine.
Sure.
We successful people do that, but really having a cooperative spirit, as you're saying, to
Yeah.
lead the show through the day, what a different experience. How exciting.
Come together and
Yes.
bake another pie. So easy. We can solve that problem
It's
right
a
there.
win-win for us and them, which is
Right.
so nice because the other gets
Right.
so isolating and just so
Yes.
territorial and very sad.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's, yeah, very isolating. Yeah, that's nails it.
Yeah, we've all done it. We've all been in our
Yeah. Well, that's
really
the way
hurt
we're
place.
trained. It's
I
the way
know,
we're conditioned.
I know. And sometimes it can be tough to work in teams, So it's like, oh, forget all that. I'll just do it myself.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate because
Well,
it happens though.
yeah. Well, and sometimes it's okay to work alone.
Oh, of course. Oh,
Especially in a corporate setting, it's difficult, to be achieving those goals or achieving these objectives of the company.
yes.
It's set up to be a masculine system,
Yeah.
but it's very difficult, I feel, for women who want more, who want to serve more, who want to collaborate.
Yes. Love it.
Unless women are leading the company, and then let's do this.
Yeah. More collaborative.
Let's
I
do
was,
it.
I
Yeah.
was thinking about being alone, and when you're alone working, how you always have your creative muse there with you. You have this creative
Ah.
higher self, because
Mm-hmm.
another quality of your higher loving self is creativity. So
Mm.
you really are not alone, even if you're working by yourself, because if you have the joy of being able to tap into your creativity in a position, that you're in,
Mm-hmm.
what a wonderful thing, because then you're in this um, co-creative dialogue, which is so fun. So
Mm-hmm.
fun. You have a good idea and you get to explore it, and you have another idea and you get to explore that, and then it's just really,
Yeah.
really great to have that there for you.
Yeah. Yeah. We don't play enough as adults.
That's right. That's right. It worked for us as kids.
Yeah, exactly. Anything could be a toy. A pencil can be a rocket ship.
Well, I know you love to play. And they used to call me the joy dot because they would hear all this laughing in my office because, with my clients and I, we have a great time. And we do laugh, but it can be very
Yes.
painful. But we got to have all the emotions, You got to have
Yeah.
it.
Well, it has to be fun or I'm not doing it.
Good. There's another motto for our menopausal years.
Yeah. Right, right. It's got to be fun.
Bring the fun. And like we
Yeah.
were saying, when we do these healthier things, it
Hmm.
helps us, it just naturally brings more fun. Collaboration,
Yes.
you know, being out, you take the self-care stuff, just flowing, being more flexible,
Yep.
all things.
Celebrating each other's wins.
Yes, yes, yes.
Uh-huh.
True too.
Wow. What haven't I asked you that you want to share?
Oh goodness, I think we've covered so much.
Hmm.
Um, I think I just want to share the pure joy. I just want people to know that they don't ever have to feel stuck in something. I think that's
Yeah.
the number one thing is because that's some of the, people have tried this, they've tried that, they've tried this, they've tried that, but they don't have to be stuck. And
Hmm.
that's the good news is there are multi-dimensional proactive ways to get us unstuck and into
Hmm.
that next chapter for our lives. So whatever listeners may be feeling stuck in, or they people that they work with, they can't I was talking to my accountability buddy yesterday and she was like, I've just got this lady, she's so stubborn. I'm like, have you done the inner counselor process with her yet? She said, no, I can't even get her to do it. So she's like all like
Oh,
up in her, and I said, well, so I was kind of coaching her on some ways to help her get that client into that deeper place
uh-huh.
because all these armoring that she's using and all these protective things, we have just been there to help her forever, this lady, and she wants to drop them. She's exhausted with them.
Oh,
She's fighting with her kids and she wants to drop these things, but she has to know that it's safe and that there's another way. And
yes,
so
it's
that's what
safe.
I love about, transformational work that works is that
Hmm.
you drop that, but you don't just drop it and have an empty vessel. You drop it and you have a new way that you
Mm.
know where you're going. And so
Yeah.
you're not just left with a void of like, I used to go to counseling years ago and then you leave and you're like, what just happened there? But it's nice to leave with a resource. So then you leave
Right.
feeling more full than when you came
Yeah.
and more capable or more peaceful or whatever you're going for, more abundant or more enough. With as women, we
Oh,
struggle
yes.
with feeling enough.
Oh my
Never
gosh.
enough.
Yeah.
And so to be able to feel enough
Hmm.
and like what I do is enough, it makes a difference. It makes a ripple. Things I touch make a big difference in the world.
Yeah.
Um, it's huge.
Just feeling that little bit of safety, just feeling safe to dip that one toe into the water, into
Yes,
that outside of that comfort zone, just one little itty bitty toe,
exactly. Exactly. That's all
and
we
that
need is a
builds your
little crack.
confidence. Yes.
Exactly. A
Yeah.
little crack. Because what's that crack is where the light gets in, right?
Uh-huh.
Like we have that little crack and of feeling safe. Oh, maybe this is possible.
Yeah. Exactly.
And wow, that
It
opens up a
builds.
whole other, Dan Siegel, I love him. He's a neuropsychologist.
Yeah.
He talks about the plane of possibility.
Oh, nice.
I love that because it's like, how do we move from where things have not been possible at all to the plane of
Mm.
possibility?
Hmm.
And I just want your listeners to know that it's always there and
Yeah.
they can get there.
That's beautiful.
Their knower knows how to get them there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And,
Exactly.
I have an ebook. I don't know if I shared that with you. I have an ebook if they want to read more on this. It's called
That's
The Power
great.
of
How
Your Inner Counselor.
yes.
And they can get that for free if they want to read more about the ways that we stay stuck.
Uh-huh.
It's called The Power of
Great.
Your Inner Counselor. I think it's like the three things that stop these breakthroughs for us.
Okay.
And one of
I
the,
will yeah, I'll include the link in my show
oh,
notes, but
great,
do
super.
you know it off the top of your head in case people are listening and don't have a pen handy that they
Yes,
can
it's
find it?
theinnercounselor.com.
Theinnercounselor.com. Okay.
Yep. And then I have another website for people for anxiety. If they
Mm.
have a lot of anxiety, I have
Uh-huh.
a free gift on there on drshannonsouth.com. How to help people break the cycle of anxiety. Since that's been
Mm.
one of my personal stories, and getting beyond that fear and into
Yeah.
um,
Wow.
if they want to go get that free gift, they're welcome to.
That's beautiful work, Shannon. That's awesome.
Thank you. Well, I think if you've lived in this life long enough, you've had places where you've just been scared to death and stuck in things.
Everybody's got something, right?
It's just part of the gig.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're helping each
Exactly.
other. We all help each other.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, can I shift gears on you?
Hmm.
Okay, so
Go
at
for
the
it.
end of every episode, I love to bring it around to what's your favorite cocktail or glass of wine, or it can be a mocktail. It doesn't have to be
Love
alcohol.
that. Love
So,
that.
yeah, so do you have a favorite beverage?
I like vodka. If I'm going to drink a beverage,
Yeah.
I want something with vodka. Um, I do like a chocolate martini.
Oh, yes. Yes, me
Those
too.
are tasty. I don't have them that often, but they are such a treat when I have them.
Uh-huh.
And then we traveled to Italy and Greece a few years ago, and
Yeah.
I really like a good Italian wine, red wine.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Hmm.
girl, it is tasty. Just a good one. Those other ones, with the sulfites give me all the headaches, but
Oh,
really good wine,
yeah.
ooh, so good.
Okay, that's so cool. Can I share something with you about sulfites?
Please.
So they are a naturally occurring chemical
Uh-huh.
that occur in the fermentation process.
Okay.
And so anything fermented has sulfites in it.
Oh, wow.
And our labeling laws in the United States require us to put that there are sulfites in the wine.
Okay.
So there are no less of them in European wines than there are in American wines.
Really?
Yep. Yep. It just part of that is well, it's the labeling, but it's also that okay, we're on vacation.
And
And
that's why we don't get a headache.
it's a little bit more relaxed, a little bit
Oh,
more. But
yes.
yeah, if you are bothered by those, or if they're a little bit much for you, drink a little bit more water with wine when you're
Oh,
drinking wine,
sure.
because part
Sure.
of that is dehydration too.
Yeah, good point. Good
So
point.
yeah,
Good tips. Thank you for that. I didn't know
you're
that.
welcome.
Thank you
So
for
yeah, like
educating me.
for sure, and anything like even dehydrated fruit. So if you love dried apricots like I do, or
Mm.
any dried fruit, they have a lot of sulfites as well.
Oh, wow. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's just a naturally occurring thing, but it's also used in the cleaning process in the wineries. So some, like the more mass produced
Hmm.
wines that you encounter,
Hmm.
that the ones that you see everywhere,
Yes.
you know, they have to be so careful, and they are,
Uh-huh.
with cleaning the equipment and all that.
Sure.
But a lot of those things that are used to clean the equipment, um, some people are more sensitive to than others.
Okay. Okay. Well, good to know. Well, I
Yeah.
know there's certain wines that I just don't agree with, and others I do, so that's
Yeah.
interesting to see
Find the
that.
ones you love and that don't bother you.
Exactly.
And
Exactly. Like a Tempranillo. So good.
yeah, very good.
Mm.
Very good. So good with tapas, of course.
Exactly. I need to go
Lovely.
on one of your wine tours sometimes. That would be so
Oh, I
fun.
would love that. It'd be fun. So what's a fun memory shared with girlfriends or family or friends over a
Oh,
glass of
goodness.
wine?
Well, now that I'm on Greece and Italy, it's got to
Yeah.
be traveling through Greece and Italy. We had a
Mm.
blast. And my daughter was old enough to join us and to partake in the festivities. And
Oh, nice.
we just had a blast going through Greece and Italy and enjoying
Yeah.
the wines and the food. And
Mm.
it felt like you could eat pasta every night and not gain a pound. You just,
Yeah.
just felt
Yeah.
like you were
Exactly.
really just living the good life and not worrying
Exactly.
about the things we do here.
Mm-hmm.
And it just felt so much fun. And of course, the seafood in Greece,
Mm.
all the good wine there. I mean, just fun. Just
Yeah.
good eating and drinking and enjoying landscape and views and
With
walking a lot. You're
friends.
walking all day long, and
Yeah.
it's just great. Yeah,
It just felt good, didn't it?
felt so good. Felt so good.
I love that. Oh
Thanks.
gosh. Shannon, this has been so fun. So
Oh,
great to see you again.
I was so excited to come on because I just connected with you so strongly, and
Yes.
I
Yeah,
love
we
what
are.
you're doing. I love you're bringing joy to people, and I love that we have a similar mission in bringing joy
Yes,
and
absolutely.
empowering people into their best lives. And
Yes,
it's been a treat to be with you.
you too. Thank you so much.
All right, take care. Bye
You
bye.
too. Bye. That's a wrap on this episode of Penny for Your Shots. If you loved today's conversation, don't let the inspiration stop here. Get my weekly insider updates straight to your inbox. It's where I spill behind the scenes goodies, exclusive tips, and all the fun stuff I don't always share on the podcast. Sign up now at pennyforyourshots.com/insider. I'll see you in your inbox next Thirsty Thursday. Cheers.